Welcome in again, my friends, as we are set and ready to go to talk more about our AI summit, which we are closing in on. It's hard to believe we've been talking about it since our last AI summit, but now here we are closing in on it here within the next week or so. So, really exciting time for us here at KEDC, and of course for all the presenters and all the other folks that are going to be there in attendance. Just the regular folks trying to take in all this information because there's going to be plenty to share. And that's what brings our next friend and guest to this main stage here. And that is Monica Jones. Monica, first of all, thank you for joining us. Will you give everybody just a little bit of your background and what you're going to be doing here with the AI Summit this year?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me today. I'm Monica Jones, and I like to say I wear many hats, similar to many others, but I am a college and career coach for Fayette County Public Schools. But I'm also very passionate about advocating for students, families, and learning specifically in the college and career readiness aspects. So, a lot of times people will see me out in the community locally or even nationally. I was just presenting at the National Conference for Families Learning in this past November. But today I'm excited to discuss how we can use AI to help personalize student roadmaps because we often find that that can be time consuming for educators, but it's part of the job that we absolutely love. But also, as parents, sometimes it's hard to help our students figure out where to start. So, by streamlining the process, we can use both to bridge the gap between our families, our educators, and our students.
It's Monica. It's a big deal because it's all some people can talk about right now because we there's so much we don't understand. But for those of us that have taken it, used it, looked at, we see all the benefits, and we
Mhm.
see a lot of people are like, well, where does the human go? The human doesn't go anywhere in this current plan. It's perfect the way it's laid out. It's a great. It's like everybody gets their own personal assistant, and it only costs them. For me, it's only $20 a month for my
Absolutely.
version of Chat GPT. It's becoming quickly a really good friend of ours. So tell us how you and what you're going to be talking about at the AI Summit. Tell us how you use it in more detail, other than what you just said there, and then talk about your session.
Absolutely. So, in my session, I will be introducing some AI tools that can be used to help educators. Some of them they may already be familiar with, like Gemini for educators, as well as Notebook LM. And then one that I'm really excited about is the Major Moves app, which is fairly new. So, with Notebook LM and Gemini, typically we can find those tools accessible on the Google Waffle. What I will say is that some districts have paid to have like the educator versions of those tools, which allow for use of more student specific information. So if they don't have that educator's upgrade, they don't want to use like personal student information. But it's all about how to use AI as a co-pilot. So once again, we're not replacing, we're streamlining process to make the work for our students easier, right? As we know with most jobs, there are more tasks that we are adding to the plate. And so as our educators tend to get overwhelmed, this is a way to sort of help with that process and also better serve our students. So, with major moves, we're going beyond the traditional career survey and we're not adding to the to do list. We're actually allowing the educators to work more efficiently. So, with AI, students are able to create a 6 month personalized roadmap based on their pathways. So, if they are interested in attending a post secondary education institution or joining the workforce or becoming an entrepreneur, this tool is going to basically lay out the process for them, which is amazing because typically when we meet with students as a college and career coach, we are having those coaching sessions, but then we're oftentimes following up with students and doing additional research. So, that additional research that I would do to help a student create an individualized roadmap is basically done instantly with the roadmap. Now, it's not going to replace that research, but it's going to supplement it. So it's going to provide real life tools, right? So we know that information is frequently outdated. So with AI at our fingertips, we can be sure that we're using up to date research for our students.
It's funny you bring that up, the up to date stuff. Yesterday, as a matter of fact, the day before you and I recorded this, I was looking up something, a project or a personal project. And about a month and a half ago, I started looking into it and it didn't have all the information it needed.
Mhm.
And then yesterday I revisited it and it gave me everything that I needed. And I'm like, where was this a month ago? And then it hit me. I was like, you learned more. It learned more. It learned how to dig a little deeper to get some of this information. So it is changing and it does keep us up to date because it pulls whatever is the latest available out there. And sometimes they're hidden in crevices on the internet, aren't they?
Mhm. That is very true. And oftentimes, educators, we aren't aware of all the developments all the time, so it helps us. So if a student is interested in a particular pathway, that roadmap is going to basically give them the step-by-step process of what they should be planning for. So if I know someone is wanting to go into the military, it's not only going to tell them that they should prepare to meet with the recruiter and to prepare for the ASVAB. But it's going to make sure that they are starting a training regimen, that they're starting that ASVAB test prep, and basically breaking it down step by step. And the parents and educators all have access to that information. So we are really excited to greet everyone at the KEDC AI Summit. I hope that you all take time to join my session, Beyond Career Surveys, AI-powered personalized student road shops. We have a lot of great information to use and also some helpful ways that you can tie student and family engagement into the conversation of AI roadmaps. So we look forward to seeing you soon.